We'll be starting in just a second, folks. All right, let's get this party going. I tried to get here early today, and I think it actually worked out okay. Let me just change my watch. Good morning, everybody. Let me say hello to everybody here. All right. There we go. All right, let's say hello to everybody. Let's say good morning to everybody, actually. We got Kevin, Michael, Mr. JFREMIXX, Dave Johnson's here. Robert is here. Steve is here. Ivan is here. James is here. Stephen, Manuel, Flying Ronan, Walter, Roddy. Good morning. Misha is here. Good morning, Misha. Yes, I hope everybody did have a great weekend. Actually, I was just about to say that. Gregory, Jimmy, Warren, and if I in my life, and folks, I am getting your actual names, not the names that you're posting. So bear with me, okay? It's something with Google. I have nothing to do with it. Rick, Pat, Michael, DP Ivarnik, David. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I am so sorry. Joanne, the sassy trainer's in the house. Tim, James, Manuel, Murray. Good morning, Murray. Moondog is in the house. Tom, Borg, 3 of 11. David, Dave, Mark, Javad is in the house. Nathan is in the house. Jeffrey's in the house. Gregory's in the house. Hefe's in the house. A lot of people are in the house. This is what it is. Let's see. JBA 788040, Rihanna, Louis, Al, John, Catherine, Mark, John, Linda, Ray, Kathleen, Richard. Good morning, Richard. Richie, not Richard. Richie. I got to remember to call you Richie. Shanson MD, T. Wesley. Good morning, Deanna. Karen the Shark is here. Yuri's here. Shamenz is here. T. Bois is here. Pat RD is here. Adam is here. Good morning, Adam. Eagle Beagle. Mike is here. Robert is here. Richard's here. Don is here. Eduardo, Jill. Good morning, Jill. Sylvia, Vertuvian. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Illinois grain farmer. Mr. PP from Costa Rica. Sergey, Stan, Richard, Minchi, John, Tom Delay's here. Good morning, Tom. Henry's here, Richard's here, Jason's here, Genevieve's here, Stacy's here, just Jenna's here. Penny, good morning, Penny. Munzie85 is here. Greg is there. Jody, Michael, Harriam, Richard, Kevin, Jimmy, Joe, Bob. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I decided to come in a few minutes earlier and to hang out with you guys. My mom is having back surgery today, so only my mom called me Richie. My mom is having back surgery today. She's having it in the morning, so I'm a little stressed out. It shouldn't affect me too much, but it is Monday, and Mondays are usually. And wait till you see what I've got for you today. Also, as you guys are coming in here, please make sure you are watching. Clyde wants to remind you. Hey, Matt, Stefan, Sins, Bob, Richard. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. And Linda 53. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't have your real name. I have the name that you guys have for your YouTube channel. So I can't really call you by your names because your names are not here. I don't know if you guys can see the same thing that I can, but Cam is there, but I don't see the name you post. I see the name that you log into YouTube. I don't know why they're doing that. I have nothing to do with it. That's all YouTube. If you guys know a way to turn that off, please let me know. But I don't think it has anything to do on our end. We'll just have to wait for Google to finish that. As far as this, please go to your Gearbox and make sure you're watching at 1080p. Okay, it really does make a difference. Okay, thanks guys. I appreciate all the positive feedback. It's a fusion. It's not a huge surgery. She's going to be in for only one night, but it is a surgery. So, and it is my mom. So I only got one mom, and I only got one surgery. So that's going to be happening today. Yeah, YouTube channel names. Exactly, Henry. Yeah, I have nothing to do with that. And while you're here, if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up just one time. Again, that's up to you. If you don't want to give me a thumbs up, I can live with that too. Okay. Now, let me really give you a quick idea of what we're going to be talking about in the VIP room today. I'm going to talk about some really good stuff. I prepared for it all the way on Saturday. So here, let me just tell you what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about Hakanachi candles, how to use them, when they work, when they don't, how to use daily HA candles, how to use intraday daily candles. And then I'm going to talk about implied volatility a little bit. And then I want to talk about MAR ratio. I gave you an example of how MAR ratio worked a few weeks ago, but I actually have a system that I'm going to give you a free system. I'm going to back test the system for you. I'm going to show you how well it works, and then I'm going to show you the power of MAR ratio and the power of trading your account. Now, this lesson on MAR ratio, it's a very simple lesson, but at the same time, it's a very advanced lesson. In other words, it's something that I don't expect you guys to find. Well, some of you will find it extremely valuable. Some of you will be like, I'm not ready for this, but that's okay. But I need to explain to you how it works. It's going to be eye-opening, and I could assure you, guarantee you, promise you, you've never seen it before. So I'm going to give you a trading system that I designed, a real system, a real basic trading system. I'll show you how it's outperformed the market in the last 20 years, and I'll show you how the MAR ratio works using this system. It'll be an introduction to basic backtesting, but it's going to be the best session we've had in a very, very long time. It took me about 3 days to prepare for it, okay? So we're going to be doing that at noon today, and here is the link. Here is the link for that. Let me give you the link for that. It'd be helpful if I had the links ahead of time, wouldn't it? Here they go. Here's the link. That's happening at noon today. HA Hakanachis, intraday, overnight, back-tested system testing, drawdown levels, MAR ratio, the kind of things you would teach to professional traders. I treat you guys like each and every one of you is going to become a professional trader. Whether that happens or not is up to you, but at least my conscience will be cleared. And here's the link to Customer Service Live, where Cam and Gustavo will let us know what they're teaching us today. But the best way for me to keep my mind off of my mom's surgery is to teach you guys some really good stuff. So I'll be doing that today. Building your own watch list, setting alerts, looking for top watch lists. Very nice. Very nice. Here's again the link for Customer Service Live. Don't miss out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Folks, if there's one session you don't want to miss in the VIP room, that's today's session. I'm not kidding. It took me 3 days to prepare for it, okay? I've been preparing for it since Saturday, Sunday, and then this morning. It's a new feature, Google, YouTube. In order to thwart fakers, you can change your name. Oh, okay. People can change their name. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. Well, good to know, Jill. Thank you. People can change their name. Okay. Good morning, William. Louis, Rick, best wishes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can't call you by your name. It just says user KS5J, whatever the heck. So I can't really call you by your names because your names are not being posted, but I do appreciate it very much. And again, please, please, please do not miss the VIP room today. You will be doing yourself a huge disservice if you miss the VIP room today. Okay? Okay. So we're starting out Monday with a big bang, right? We got the NASDAQ up 300 points. Woo! We got the Dow up 200 points and the S&P's up 55. Everything up is across the board. So earnings this week, we got a lot of earnings this week. Nothing of importance today, but we got a lot of earnings. Definitely going to be looking at time spreads this week. I've been giving you a lot of time spreads actually. Uh, here are here is the link for this. I made sure that it opens. Here it is. You have it. There's Richard from Puente Gorda. Good morning to you. Good morning, Richard. Chad, Walter, Jill. Good morning, everybody. You guys should be able to open this link. This will tell you all the big reports that are coming out this week. Look at Thursday, man. Look at this: Amazon, Apple, Coin, MSTR, BMY. A lot of stocks coming out this week. This next to it is the implied expectation move. This is what they're expecting the move to be, either up or down. Don't argue with this. This is priced into the options. This is not a theory according to Uncle Roger. This is as price. I'm just stripping away the implied volatility from the option. So if Visa, for example, is at $100, they're expecting it to move $3.60, either up or down. If PayPal was at $100, they're expecting it to move 8.6%, which is $8.60. Those options are expensive. So if we find out that 80 or 90, I'm hypothetically speaking, if we find out that 80 or 90% of the time PayPal doesn't reach this level, either up or down, boom, we have a time spread. So, and now because we have data miner, we can actually see what the ratio is, how many times we have not been able to exceed this number. Can you get the data anywhere else? No, you cannot. You need data miner for that. Even I can't get it anywhere else. I need data miner for that. That's why I made data miner. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm just explaining to you, if you want to do time spreads, you're going to need data miner, or you're going to have to rely on me in the pit. All right, Fed data. I don't know what's coming out, what's not coming out, but FOMC is supposed to come out this Wednesday. This is obviously the biggest report of the week. We have consumer confidence. We have durable goods today. We have a 5-year bond auction, which could give the market a little bit of a boost. The 5-year, not too much, but a little bit. Overall, we have GDP on Thursday. Again, I don't know which of these is going to come out, which one of these is not going to come out. But I believe the FOMC announcement should come out, although I don't know if their data is going to be current or not. Okay. Mondays, we don't usually have important earnings. We have non-important earnings. We still have earnings, but not important earnings. Earnings usually come out on Tuesday. Big earnings start out on Tuesday. Right here. Nothing of note. We do have earnings, and I'll talk about the ones we have in a minute. What's the bond market doing? Bond market is keying off the 15-day EMA. That's a support area. Why? Well, because we have the 15-day EMA here, and we also have this ugly red colored candle. And you could see it's right now, it seems to be using this area as a support. If it doesn't use this area as a support, we're going to come down here. That's the quarterly VWAP, and that's going to put pressure on the market. Okay? That's going to put pressure on the market. I guarantee you that. That's a guarantee. If it happens, this could be support, and we could be coming up here. But we are right now at a level where if we go down, it ain't going to be pretty. If we go up, it's going to be very pretty if we can get above 91.80. And I hope you guys are writing this down. I don't know. It's a good question, Cam. I have no idea. I don't know. I have questions. I don't have answers. Don't have a lot of questions. I mean, don't have a lot of answers. 1 second. Okay. So the bond market is a little light. And the fact that the bond market's down half a basis point and the stock market's up this much is also giving me red flags. So that's my first red flag on the day. The fact that we're down half a basis point and the bond market's up. Okay. What's US dollar doing? Absolutely nothing. And I don't think the US dollar is going to be doing much till November 23rd, because that's when the Supreme Court already have alert. All right, good, Richard, good. If you have cash, I wouldn't mind owning the stock. Would selling be a good move based on the number? Selling a put, a what? A PT? Selling what, Moondog? I'm sorry, I don't know what selling a PT is. I'm not that smart. You're going to have to itemize it for me. What is a PT? Okay. And Moondog, before you tell me what you want to sell or buy, why don't you let me finish my analysis? Because you may change your mind. Remember, Moondog, don't ask the first girl you see to marry you before you see if she speaks English. And make sure she's a woman, okay? Okay. And don't get so excited just yet. I'm not done with my analysis yet. Okay, gold. What's the gold doing? Gold is coming off. This is not good. We had a chance right here to make it right, and we couldn't. Now we're at the VWAP. Now there's a support level there, although I'm not really happy about this. Now, if we hold this area, we're going to bounce right back here. But if we break this area, there's not much here till the 50-day. Notice it's very similar to the bond market. Very similar to the bond market. Notice gold and bonds are doing very similar stuff right now. I don't know why they shouldn't, but they are. Okay, they are. I think it's very interesting. Both of them are in a very interesting position. Okay, if we break this, we won't have anything till here. If we break gold, if we break this level, we don't really have anything till here. Keep an eye on this because there's a 50% chance we're going to just come right back and go above this channel or not. So I don't know what's going to happen, and neither do you. And anybody tells you they do, they're just straight up lying to you. We're just consolidating around here. This is random bullshit price action. I don't know, next gen. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sure there's a way to do it. But you see, we're just compressing here. But that's support. This is the quarterly last quarter price VWAP level right here. And it's using it as a support. And that's the year VWAP level, quarter VWAP and year. So if we break here, that's the next level right at the 50-day moving average. Okay. Just notice quarterly, annual. Not going to tell you what's going to happen. Let's watch this really, really closely. Okay. Crude oil. Crude oil is consolidating here. And I warned you last week that there's a lot of stuff here to get through. And there's a good chance we're not going to get through it. See all these wicks? These wicks are signs of uncertainty. Uncertainty to the downside, uncertainty to the upside. Just like what I told you here when we were going down and we saw these wicks and I said, guys, we're going to bottom out here. And I did tell you that. I know a lot of you guys listen carefully. I told you guys wicks usually at the bottom is not a good sign. It means we're going to reverse. And we did. And now we're having a very similar situation here that we had here. You see what I'm talking about? See these wicks near key levels? That's usually a sign of a short-term reversal. So now it looks like we're going to come right back down here or stay in this area. Okay? All right. Folks, if you're just coming in here right now, we have about 200 people more than we did last time I did this. Please make sure you're watching a 1080p. Go to the gearbox. Make sure you're watching a 1080p right here, not auto, 1080p. And make sure to give us a thumbs up if you guys are getting some benefit out of this presentation. And also, here is a link to the VIP room. I'm going to have a session that took me 2-3 days to prepare for, okay? I'm going to talk about the MAR ratio. I'm going to talk about what real institutions do. And it'll kind of bring back the story we had about Kathy Woods too, but in a nice way. I'm not going to say anything nasty about her, or maybe I will. I don't know yet. And here's Customer Service Live, where Cam and Gustavo are going to be showing you a lot of really, really good stuff. A lot of really good stuff today, okay? Okay. If you guys want to know what HA levels are, how to use Hakanachi levels, how to use Hakanachi charts, I'm going to be talking about that today in the VIP room. I'm going to give you a complete NASDAQ trading system, a NASDAQ position trading system that has outperformed the S&P 500 2-to-1, and I'm going to show you how the MAR ratio works. So I have a lot of stuff planned for you today. A lot of stuff planned for you today. You don't want to miss out on that session. And by the way, I want to thank everybody for joining me on Saturday. We had an amazing session. We had over 600 people here. It was a really good session. And by the way, Clyde wanted to say hello. That's Clyde this morning. He's getting ready for the session. He's got his lights on and everything. That's his little area. Hope you guys, people have been telling me they love the picture of Clyde, so I will keep posting that. All right. Let's keep at it. Bitcoin. Whew. Bitcoin gave us a nice little surprise on Friday. We had a bonus debit spread on Friday. It was coming into Friday, it was worth like 20 cents, 15 cents. By the end of the day, the spread was actually making money. It was over $2. Some people took a loss, some people scratched it, and some people actually made money on it. It was a very interesting day, but it just shows you sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen till it's over. Now, Bitcoin is now back into this area or trying to get back into this area. Now, I want to show you guys something interesting if you're Bitcoin traders, okay? There's a resistance here. Basically what we're doing is we have another channel here. The low of the channel is the 200-day moving average. The upper end of the channel is here, and there's another channel. There's basically two channels here. And Bitcoin looks like it wants to come back into this channel. What I need to see is Bitcoin completely above this channel with no part of the lower end of the bar touching this channel, okay? That's what I want to see. That's what I would like to see, okay? So far, this could be just a resistance level, so we want to see what Bitcoin does today. I don't know what actually Bitcoin doing, but this is the futures, and I'm watching the futures. So keep an eye on this 16,500 level and see if we can get a little upside today, or see if that's the end and we're coming back down. If we start breaking this low, the 100-day, and coming back here, the odds are we're going to traverse all the way down and make a higher high right here, and then come back and stay in this channel. If we break this channel, the odds are we're going to traverse and come up all the way here. All right. I don't know the answer, but I don't really care because I want to see what happens first. I'm not going to anticipate. I'm going to react to it. Okay. If anyone here likes to day trade, do not miss Roger's H8. Yeah, Richard loves to use the. So I'm going to show you how you can use H8 candles for swing trading, for day trading, how to use them for confirmations, how to use them for getting out of trades. I'm going to show you when you should never use them, and I'm going to show you when you should use them all the time. I'm going to show you how to use them for day trading, and I'm going to show you how to use them for swing trading. I'm actually going to show you how Richard uses them for day trading. Might as well. And Matt even has the 2-minute now on his. I convinced the stubborn Matt to put it on his charts too. And I'll talk about MAR ratio. I'll give you a full position trading QQQ system that's been outperforming the SPY 2-to-1 for many, many years, and show you how MAR ratio works, show you how you've been duped by many, many institutional traders. They've been duping you. Yes, they've been duping you, and I'm going to show you how they've been duping you, okay? You're actually going to have an aha moment. You're going to have an oh shit moment, but it's worth having it with me than having it with your money, okay? That's going to happen today in the VIP room. I've been planning this session since Saturday morning. So I've been doing this session up Saturday, Sunday, and I'm still working on it today. So it's going to be a really good session, okay? Not that any of my sessions are bad, but this is going to be a really good session. All right. China is breaking out. China is breaking out, and it's looking really good, actually. Actually, the Chinese index is looking even better than this, okay? All right, let's talk. And by the way, if you're just coming in here, here's a link to all the big earnings and their expected move. If you don't have data miner, actually, if you don't have data miner, this will be useless to you. But here's all the earnings this week and their expected move. Okay. Very, 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 very important. All right. Catalysts. Let's talk about catalysts. What are our catalysts? Come on, guys. What are our catalysts? Happy Monday to you, Rod. It says Rod's discipline. Rod's discipline. Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. We're not there yet, Raleigh. I mean, Cam, we don't want to jump ahead of the, we want to do everything in a very methodical way. We haven't got to the best part yet. Okay. All right. John's coming in hot. Fed data. All right. Asian markets. Yes, Asian markets, both China and Japan. Both Japan 50,000 and China like a 5, very strong. But yes, definitely Asian markets. Computer technology, retail wholesale, RVTY. I don't know what RVTY is. You need data miner is pure data. Yeah, data miner is pure data. Okay, Max chips, Japan, China. I got Max chips, Japan, China. How about natural resources? How about natural resources? Natural resources too. Let's see. Richard's coming in hot. Fed data, China. Yeah, also mags and chips. They're up over 1%. Anytime they're up over 1%, it's a catalyst. Good morning, Ed. I can't, it doesn't give me your name. I'm just going to call you Ed. Walter says China, Japan, Nvidia, Amazon, consumer staples, healthcare. How about natural resources? Consumer staples, good. KDP, good, good, good. Kaitis, good. I worry about his years being pinned back most on critics. That usually means that they're very unhappy. That he's a Scottish fold. His years are always pinned back. That's how he's a Scottish fold. That's how they are. Good morning, William. Mexico. Ooh, well, you're here. Yeah, welcome to my world. Trouble with internet and laptop. Clyde is a Scottish fold. His years always go back. That's how he's built. He doesn't have years. His years are folded back. It's Scottish. It's a Scotty. He's a very happy cat. All right, let's go through our goodies. S&P's up quite a bit, almost up a percent. NASDAQ is up over a percent, pointing to a sharply higher open on Wall Street. And by the way, just for the record, I'm not going to say I told you so. But do you remember last week, beginning of last week, when the market was coming down and everybody thought it was a run day? And I said, no, we're still moving well. I really like what I'm seeing. We're above the 8-day EMA. And what happened? Boom. I told you we weren't going down last week. All right. All right, let's continue this. Top trade negotiators. That's Clyde and Mia from the U.S. and China said on Saturday they reached an initial consensus on multiple contentious issues. I'll see it when I see the signed contract, including tariff, shipping fees, fentanyl, and export controls. Congratulations. Once I see the agreement signed, that's when it'll be done. On Friday's session, Wall Street equities closed at record highs. Who told you last week the market is not going to be bearish? Most members of the Magnificent Seven, as much as people tried to tell me they were. Advanced, Alphabet, Google, Nvidia gained 2%. Chip stocks rallied. AMD climbed more than 7%. Ford Motors surged more than 12%, was top percentage gainer. On the bearish side, Hokas didn't do well. None of this should be a surprise. Released Friday, Bureau of Labor Statistics showed that inflation has not really changed very much from a year ago. Here, you could see right here, 3.1. Here, core CPI, year over year, 3.1, 3%, not really much of a change. It hasn't gotten worse. It's always taped, Murray. It's always taped. Money in the bank. Good. Good. And by the way, Bugs says hello. He's been on vacation on a private island, surfing and frolicking. He sent me a long email. He'll be back soon. University of Michigan Consumer Index was revised lower than expected. Not higher, lower than expected. But inflation hasn't gotten worse. All right? It hasn't gotten worse. And that's important. Thank you, Bob. Bob's doing God's work. If you haven't given us a thumbs up, if you think we deserve a thumbs up, give it to us. If you don't think we deserve it, that's okay too. I'm going to have to update you. Alexander, the guy who writes this, has been slacking off, and he keeps saying that it's still 7.2. It was 7.2 2 weeks ago. Now it's not 7.2. I'll give you the new update today. But remember, this is what was baked into the market coming in. And most of the earnings have been better than expected. We're like 92% better than expected. And the reason for that is they were expecting the smallest rise in 2 years, and they're actually getting a pretty good move. Yeah, everything is recorded and it's in the live stream, and Cam here will give you the link if you ask him nicely. Okay. Eagle Beagle, I think you have the wrong guy with the chemo. It's not Omar. I think you got the wrong guy. Market watchers will keep a close eye on interest rates today. Not today, excuse me. Wednesday. I don't know if they're even going to do it. I don't know what they're going to base it on. I mean, hey, I don't know. I don't work for the federal government, but this is very weird. And if they are going to say something, what are they going to have their press conference on? And what about the GDP on Thursday? And what about the personal income? This is all very hanky-panky. I'm not liking any of this. Meanwhile, the stock market continues to make all-time highs. Trump announced a series of agreements during his Asia diplomacy tour aimed to secure access to critical minerals and expanding a market for U.S. agricultural products. Trump announced on Saturday an additional 10% tariff on Canada. Now, folks, I'm going to get a little political here. Remember, we have that hearing on the 24th of November, whether the Supreme Court is going to decide whether Trump has emergency power to play tariffs or not. And legally, he doesn't have legally, he does not. I'm telling you from a legal perspective, he does not have a leg to stand on. But this is not going to be a legal decision. It's going to be a political decision. So I don't know how it's going to go. But what I wanted to tell you was interesting. Look at Trump's reasoning. Remember, the Supreme Court can use this as evidence, okay? And that's what I'm talking about here. And look at what his reasoning is. Trump announced on Saturday that because the additional 10% tariffs, because they played a Ronald Reagan commercial, not a fake commercial, a real commercial from 1987. So Trump says because of their serious misrepresentation of facts and hostile acts. So is the Supreme Court going to think that playing a commercial is a hostile act? Do you understand where I'm going with this? The Supreme Court has to find that there was no other way to achieve this goal than the way our president is doing it. That's their decision. And they can use this as evidence. And I don't know how they're going to rule. But what I could tell you is all of these words that he's saying publicly can be used for him and against him by the Supreme Court. So he's got to be really careful for the reasons he's giving for keeping these tariffs. And I'm not sure that a commercial, TV commercial, is a hostile act. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not here to tell you what the Supreme Court's going to do. What I'm here to do is to isolate all the issues and make you think critically about what he's doing and whether this is going to help him or hurt him on November 24th. Just think about that. Because remember, we only have emergency power to do tariffs. So this has to fall into that criteria. Okay. Now, how the Supreme Court's going to rule, I have no idea. And again, my job is not to do that. My job is to just explain to you what the issue is and explain to you that the court has to find that the reason that we're doing all of this is because we have no other way of doing it. Okay. And it's an emergency. So we'll see how it goes. U.S. tariffs on Canada currently stand at 35%, with energy at 10%. Though goods that meet the terms of U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement are exempt. And folks, don't get political on me. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking. I'm not telling you what I think is going to happen. I'm just telling you all the pieces so you can make that decision for yourself. Okay. Well, again, that's what David. That's what the Supreme Court is going to be deciding. Okay, that's what I'm saying. The Supreme. I didn't. All I'm telling you is the facts. I'm giving you the information. I'm not giving you my opinions. That's what the Supreme Court is going to decide. All right. All right. So I don't know. Do I look like the Supreme Court to you? All right. But if I didn't tell you all this, I wouldn't be doing my job, would I? Okay. U.S. government shutdown has entered its 27th day. I think the betting parlors are thinking 40 days. There's no clear resolution in sight. Government shutdown continues. The publication of official U.S. economic data scheduled this week, including the GDP, weekly jobless claims, and September PCE inflation data will be delayed, which is not great. Okay. Europe is up 0.32, morning as signs of easing trade tension between U.S. and China boosted sentiment. Mining and tech stocks led the gains on Monday. President Trump and Xi poised to come away with a trade deal. When I see a signed paper document and an agreement that's about 2,000 pages long, that's when it'll be a done deal. And after the Supreme Court rules on November 24th and comes out with a decision that's coming out no sooner than summer. So let's not all jump to conclusions here. Okay. China composer closed higher at a 10-year high, definitely a catalyst. Signs that U.S. and China were nearing a trade agreement. I'll see it when I believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, I mean. Technology stocks, which analysts say would benefit the most from China trade deal, outperformed on Monday. They sure as heck did. Japan closed sharply higher today, topping the psychologically important 50,000 mark. Definitely a catalyst. And everybody who said Asia is a catalyst today were absolutely right, both China and Japan. Uh, for the first time, signs of easing U.S.-China trade tension boosted sentiment. The benchmark was also supported by weaker yen and rising expectation that Prime Minister will implement measures to stimulate the economy. I hope this guy is going to do what the other guy did because he was awesome. He was great. All right, catalysts, rare earth, MP, rare earth, easing tension because of China, just the whole sector as a whole. Chip stocks, when chip stocks are over 1%, it's a catalyst. And Nvidia, when mega caps are up over 1%, that's a catalyst. What are my catalysts for today? China, mags, chips, natural resources, Japan, and somebody correctly said consumer staples. Here's some stocks that are coming out this morning as well, but they're not huge stocks. Yes, Dr. Pepper. Is Dr. Pepper, what's the ticker for Dr. Pepper? What's the ticker for Dr. Pepper? Let's see. Is it KDP, right? Yeah. Look at that. Consumer staples right there. You guys, KDP, yeah. Consumer staples. So yeah, consumer staples is definitely a catalyst. Well, we'll see what happens. Folks, my job what is this? RVTY. RVTY. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And healthcare. Thank you for that, John. And healthcare. He's right. And healthcare. If it's in the S&P 500, it's a catalyst. It's a catalyst. Even though it's laboratory analytics, it's still a catalyst. You're right. You're right. Thank you for that. By the way, folks, if you're just coming in here right now, and we do have a lot of people coming in here right now, just so you know, and I don't have to rush. I don't have to go anywhere today. I'm working from home because the internet at the office is still not there. Here's the link to the VIP room, HA candles, day trading, swing trading, when to use them, when not to use them. MAR ratio, including a position trading system for the NASDAQ, and to show you how MAR ratio works in the real world, and some other goodies that you guys will absolutely love to see. Here's the link for Customer Service Live. Yeah, I don't think so either, but my job is not to predict the future. My job is to help you guys make money. All right. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we're done with all the catalysts. China, we talked about that. What is volatility doing? Hey, remember early last week, I warned you. I said if we can't get above this area and we start coming back here, it's really good for the market. Well, look at that. Really good for the market. Liberty Ranger, thank you for your analysis. Yes. Liberty Ranger, are you an attorney? Do you have a law degree? Just yes or no question. Did you go 4 years to law school? Liberty Ranger. Yes or no? Do you have a diploma and a JD degree? You don't. I do. I actually went to law school and I actually have a JD degree, and so does my wife. I know a little bit about con law, just a little bit. No, law school is not 3 years. I went part-time to law school. It's 4 years. I went night session so I could trade during the day. No, law school is not 3 years. It's 4 years if you go part-time. Kurt Trillion. Remember I told you I traded while I was in law school? I went to night school because I traded while I was in law school. Okay. All right. All right. Now, I gave you a lot of good news. Does anybody want the bad news? Does anybody want the bad news? No, no bad news. Okay, here's the bad news. Put to call ratios at the lowest level it's been in a year, more than a year, actually, in a year and 4 months. Can I prove it? Yeah, I can. Look, NASCAR, I didn't talk about my degrees to prove how smart I was. I talked about my degree to show that I actually know a little bit about constitutional law and I can talk about this topic. And because the president does not have the president's power is this limited when it comes to tariffs. Okay. That's why. No, it's not so I could prove how smart I am. It's not how prove. It's so I could prove that I understand this topic and I can actually talk about this topic intelligently. Okay. Okay. Yes. And NASCAR, if you don't respect me, I think I can live with that. I could live with that. That's right, NASCAR. Which is well, I'm not trying to. I'm just going to delete your ass out of here. You're irritating me. We'll put you in timeout for 24 hours. There you go. Have a nice day, NASCAR. I'm trying to give you guys facts, and this guy's arguing with me. Okay. Um, right here. What my point was, unless you have a law degree, don't argue about legal issues with me unless you have a law degree. Because I probably know more about you than law unless you have a law degree. That's all I was trying to say. Okay. All right. Yeah, I deleted his ass. Okay, let's talk about the markets now. Put to call ratio. Put to call ratio 0.65. Okay, last time we had it was right here. Does anybody understand what this means? I got him out of here. I got him out of here already. He's out of here. He's out of here. He doesn't know how I roll. Exactly. He's not here anymore. NASCAR racers out of here. Right. Okay. Yeah, he must be new. Exactly. He doesn't know how we roll around here. Okay. So, folks, how about we take a look at this date? How about we take a look at this date right here? Um, let's see what happened five. Actually, you know what? I was wrong. No, I wasn't wrong. I thought I was wrong, but we actually haven't gone to this since 6/10/2024. Look, not here. Look at the last time we were close to this level. So let's see what the market was doing. 6/24. Let's see what happened. What was the date? Let's see if I can remember the date. The date was 6/12. 6/12. Let's see what happened 6/12. 6/12/24. 6/12/24. Right here. Here's 6/12/24. Let's right there. Right here. Let me let's do this. Let's go from February 24th to October of 24. November 24. Perfect. Okay, November 24. Okay. Okay, let's see if we could find this date. 6/12. What happened on 6/12? Right here. Market just came off a little bit. Oh, I see what happened. It was after we came off and then it went right up. Okay, I got it. Right here. But it didn't really go down. It stayed here and then it was okay. Usually speaking, we see it near these areas right here. But I'm telling you that we haven't had that level in a long time. Now, what does this mean? Uh, No, I never do. That's why I wanted to. I never ever talk about my law degree. That's why the reason I brought it. The reason I brought it up was this. I'm going to just go back to right here. The reason I brought up my law degree is because Liberty Ranger posted the following here. He was talking about power of the president of Congress, passed laws in the past that gives president tariff power. This. I saw this comment. This is what made me prompt to talk about my law school experience. Liberty Rangers, see, no law school, but I'll email you my reference. Oh, thank you for your reference. Folks, Liberty Ranger. The president has this much tariff power. Please don't cut and paste me anything. Take a con law class, pass law school, then send me an email. But this is what caused me to say what I did, because what you're saying is absolutely not. It doesn't mean anything. So please don't listen to what Liberty Ranger said, because what he's saying is just not true. President has extremely limited power with tariffs. He's using a clause that was created years and years and years ago. And if what I was saying wasn't true, then the Supreme Court wouldn't be hearing the case right now. Jesus, for the love of God. And the appellate court wouldn't rule it in favor of the Supreme Court. Okay, so if I had no idea what I would be talking about, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Okay, all right. This is way overconfidence in the markets. This is way overconfidence in the markets. Okay, overconfidence in the markets right here. Way overconfidence. Should we take this seriously? Yes. Should we take other things seriously? We'll see. Let's take a look. Look at the charts real quick. Let me turn on TC 2000. One thing I don't do here is tolerate bullshit. Okay, let's look at the SPY. Folks, do you see where we're at? Do you remember that we've seen this song? How many times have I shown you? How many times have I shown you this song and dance? How many times have I shown you this song and dance? Is this the first time we're seeing this? How many times have we seen this song and dance? That's okay. It's all we got it done. Yeah, I could have. You're right. I could have. I just didn't have it. You're right, Seth. Folks, that's right, Gregory. Exactly. Folks, how many times have I shown you this scenario? For anybody who's been with me for, I don't know, over a month and a half. What do you do when this happens? When you see put to call ratio here, and when you see this chart here, what does that mean? Does anybody want to say it? Unfortunately, it's true, John. And by the way, I'm pretty sure we have here folks who have law degrees, and they will tell you that there's nothing that I'm saying that's wrong. President has very, very little. He has executive power. It's a very narrow power. Ah, yes. All right. People are saying the same thing that I'm saying. I'll be doing it again today at 1:00, Richard. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you're saying it instead of me saying it. So when you see the put to call ratio, over here, and you see Uncle Roger talking about mags at 1.5 standard deviation, boy, I'm teaching you guys really well here. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Roger, we're just going to continue flying and we're going to just keep going up. And this is a bullish market because Trump said it is. And we're overextended. We're overextended. We're overextended. We're overextended. We're overextended. Does anybody here want to argue with me that we're not overextended? Who's going to be taking profits on their positions today? Boy, I like the way you guys are thinking. Bravo, bravo, bravo. You guys are killing it. Fridays, hey guys, for anybody who missed Saturday's class, I'm going to be doing it today at 1 o'clock. Okay. We're going to be doing it again. We had way too many people asking me for a replay. I'm going to do it again at 1 o'clock. Plus Raleigh and I had a very good time doing it. So that's that too. All right. So what happens when Uncle Roger shows you a chart of this coupled with a chart of this? Now, for anybody that doesn't know what I'm looking at, this is the 1.5 standard deviation from the 8-day EMA. And by now, you all painfully know what happens when we come here because I showed it to you right here. I showed it to you right here. And I showed it to you how many countless times? Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. Wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. Let's talk about levels now. By the way, just wanted to show you something interesting. While we do have really strong, remember Friday how high we went? We only have 147 stocks breaking up, so this is still very vulnerable. Um, more importantly, even with Friday's move, we still have fragmentation. Look at this. It looks a lot better than it did a week ago. But look, consumer discretionary is still here, and communication services is still here. This is 50% of your mags right here. Oh, speaking of mags, in case I forgot to show you, but boom. Folks, please don't be retarded and buy up here. Please don't. What does a gap up give you? A gap up is a profit taking event. Gaps are gifts. Gaps are gifts. Gaps are gifts. Okay? Capiche? All right. Beatrice, I'll be updating you all day long in the room. All right. And we got some smart people here. I like this. Yeah, that race car, that NASCAR driver, he needs to come in here a little more often. Okay, so overextended. Everything is overextended. Keep an eye on and look what bonds are doing. Bonds are down today. They're not up. And put the call ratio is all the way here. Be careful today, folks. Be careful. All right, let's do levels. You guys love when I give you levels. Let's do those levels. Yeah, I hate when people argue with me live. If you want to argue with me, send me an email. I like a good argument as much as the next guy. Send me an email. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to add something. I haven't been giving you these levels, but I want you to add these levels to your sheet. The previous day's highs and previous day's lows. Okay. And I'll talk about that today. For some reason, I have not been giving you those, but that's another thing I look at: previous day's highs and previous day's lows. Okay. Mag levels. Coming your way right now. Is this helpful to you guys? Did you guys think we were this overextended before you came here this morning? Okay. I'll just leave this here. That looks pretty good. Okay, let me give you these levels, okay? Hopefully this is helpful to you guys because I do spend a lot of time doing this for you. Looks like we're going to be late again today. Spy levels. Ooh, let me just give my wife a heads up to make sure Matt has access to my subdivision. 1 second. Bear with me, bear with me. It'll just take a second. One second, folks. 1 second. Okay. All right. Took care of that. Nice. Good, Adam. Good. I'll talk about what you should do. I haven't given you my analysis yet, Rob. I'm just giving you facts. QQQ. Let's look at levels. Right there's a level. Okay. Very tight range overnight. Very tight range. All right. Let me give you mags. I think I already gave you mags. I already gave you mags. Bonds. Let's do bonds. James Bond. Bond, James Bond. Yeah, and by the way, yeah, I started law school 3-year program and then I switched to 4-year program because I wanted to trade during the day. I actually graduated 3.5 years, not 4 years, but it was a 4-year night program. Okay. All right. TL TLT levels, bond levels. Now let's do one more SMH and we'll be done. Whew, tight range. Look at that. Tight range. That's a good level right there. These are good levels. This will help you today. Okay. All right. Those are your levels. Now let me give you small caps and I'll give you my analysis. I'll give you my full analysis, but I do that at the end. I'll tell you exactly what I think is going to happen, how it's going to happen, and what we should be prepared for. But first, let me give you the small caps. As you can see, I'm very thorough here. You gave us levels used and ranked them by importance where you put the previous day's highs and low levels. Where would you put previous? They're just as important as the other levels. Oh, IWM. I forgot to give you IWM levels. Thank you. How dare I? The dogs are going crazy again. No, that's about it, really. Right here, right there. Right there is another one. Okay. Let's see. Okay. You're right. See? Don't know what I'd do without you guys. Forgot these levels. Okay. And by the way, if you're just coming in here today, here's all the earnings this week that are worth talking about. I posting this for you here. Okay. Willie, what is TF? I don't know what TF is. Time frame? That's daily. That's 5 minute time frame for intraday levels. Time frame, 5 minute time frame for intraday levels. Okay. Those are the levels. Now let me give you small caps and then we'll get into the large caps. We had two that hit on Friday, actually. Let's see what we got going on today. Hold on a second. Okay. First one is RECT greater than 1015. Oh, this one looks great. BKYI. It's right now at the height of the day, so I'm going to give you this level, but I don't know what the high is going to be before we open. So just FYI, 230, 235 for now. But again, if this thing runs up another dollar before the opens, then that level will be the level. Remember, it's the pre-market high. Okay, let's continue. But this one looks really good, actually. Click. More likely than not, it's not going to hit, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. 1850. Soho. Soho. 230. 230. BRTX above 215. A lot today. Look at that. JZXN. And by the way, these are not influenced by the overall market. 70 cents. These are not influenced by the broad market. TGL 155. CODX. It'd be funny if none of these hit, right? Above 70 cents. No. Okay. Do you want me to look at ASST? ASST. No, doesn't have high volume. Okay. Let me write these down for you guys. CODX above 0.70. TGL greater than $1.55. JZNXN greater than 0.70. BRTX greater than 215. Click greater than 1850. RECT greater than 1015. And BKYI greater than 235. You should have all of them. Okay. Now, folks, these stocks are stocks that you want to add to your watch list. These are just watch list alerts. You want to add these stocks to your list, and you only want to trade them if they take out the pre-market high during the regular trading session. They don't correlate with large caps at all. So whatever I tell you about large caps, it has no relationship to this. These are not institutional traded stocks, so they're not subject to what the S&P is doing. Okay, thank you, Bob. I'm giving small caps. I haven't given big caps in my lifetime. 57. I haven't given large caps yet. Give me a second. We're just getting to that right now. I told you I'm going to have a good session today for you guys, and I'm glad we got rid of that NASCAR driver. He was just arguing with me. People who know a little bit about. I mean, you go to law school, you get a doctor's degree in 3 years, and then someone tells you that you know a little bit about everything. That's what you tell somebody who didn't go to law school. Jesus. I mean, geez, you earn a doctor's degree in law, and somebody talks to you like you took a junior business law class in a local college or something. I mean, geez, I have a law. I think I'm qualified to talk about law since I have a doctor's degree in law. All right, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at. Like, do you guys ever hear me talk about medicine or math or anything? No. Like, I actually do know something about law. I went to law school. I got a degree. Okay. GKOS. I got to use it sometimes, right? I got to get my money's worth. GKOS. I'm giving you shorts first. No, YouTube didn't cut us off. Still have YouTube. I'm still here. I'm still here. Um, exactly. Telling me what I could talk about, what I can't talk about. Next one, EEFT. EEFT. These are large caps. These are large caps. That's a beautiful stock right there. That's a beautiful stock. NOMD, beautiful trend to the downside. Beautiful trend to the downside. And folks, if a stock is making a 52-week low right now, when the stock market's making all-time highs, I could assure you institutions are selling it off. Man. Yeah, YouTube is good. YouTube is fine. That's right, Stacy. I'll take a look at Soho. You said, oh, I did miss Soho. You're right. Soho here. Soho above 230. Thank you. I did miss Soho. You were right. Man, very nice looking. Man, this is a good looking stock. See, we're using it in sentence form too. CHH. Look at that. This hotel is definitely not a choice hotel. KNF. Just having a little fun with you guys. Yeah, it's good. YouTube is fine. That's a nice short. By the way, I've been giving you this short now for about 2 weeks, and it's been going down every time. Okay. INGR. That's a nice short. Very nice short. Now let's move to the longs, okay? VSAT. It's on your end, Pearly T. My suggestion is to go here and restart this. Here's the link to what we're watching right now. Just go and restart it. It'll probably start working. But we got about 700 people on right now, and it's working fine. Yeah, falling knife is what you want to short, Michael. That's a VSAT, CLS. Whew, that's overextended. Wait for it to come back down. Bank of America. I know somebody who actually has this stock long right now. I wonder who it could be. Google. Google is looking good, but everything is overextended, folks. I'm telling you, everything is over here. I'll show it to you here. Let's just use this so you could see how it all looks here. Look at Google. Look at where Google is right now. So be careful here. Be careful. Apple, almost overextended, not yet. LRCX, almost overextended, still on this side of the coin. VRT, Morgan Stanley, that's not overextended, by the way. Light, way overextended. Just if I tell you they're overextended, they're still good for day trades, just not swing trades. Like this is a good day trading stock. Google is a good day trading stock, not a good swing trading stock. Okay. GH, last one. GH. Okay. Now I'm going to give you my analysis for today and tell you what you should be doing. So let's pull up the SPY. Okay. As you could see, the SPY is gapping up, and it's overextended and put the call ratios up. What I would be doing is not doing anything the first half of the day today. I want to see if we get follow through. More likely than not, we're going to open up. Here's what most likely scenario for today. Let me draw it for you. The most likely scenario for today is we closed here on Friday, we gap up, we consolidate and come down, or we just consolidate and stay in a range. I don't think we're going to have a lot more upside. Okay. So my suggestion is to take profits early in the morning and let's see what happens in the second part of the day. There's a good chance because it's Monday, we can just drift open, gap up, and just do this. So what I want to see is I want us to gap up, come down, and then start coming back up again. I will be updating you the entire day in the channel. I'm not going anywhere today. I'll be here the entire day. I will be updating you. And if I'm not here to update you, Clyde will update you. Has Clyde been giving you guys good updates? Have Clyde and me have been giving you guys good updates? That's what I want to know. Tell me if they've been giving you good updates. Let me know. Let me know. I like Bitcoin right now. I didn't say the same thing with Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin right now. I want to see what Bitcoin futures produce. Bitcoin doesn't have the same correlation. Bitcoin beats to the beat of its own drummer. Okay. Bob understood what I said. You're going to take profits on positions in the morning, on the profits that you have really good profits on. You're going to take good profits and you're going to hold on to see what happens second day of the week. All right. Sure has. All right. All right. Clyde is the best. Yes. Thumbs up. All right. All right. Here's links. Folks, today in the VIP room, I am going to have a very, 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 very important session. I have never had this session before. It's going to be the first time I do a session like this. And I prepared for it for 2 days. So I'm going to give you guys a lot of value. So what are we going to do? I'm going to give you a position trading system on the QQQ for free that has outbeaten the market 2-to-1 over the last, I don't know how many decades. I'm going to give it to you for free, and I'm going to show you the back test results. I'm going to teach you the MAR ratio, how to use the MAR ratio, and actually show you. Last time I showed it to you, but I didn't give you actual examples. I'm going to show you examples. It's very powerful stuff. You will never, ever, ever, if you understand the lesson that I will teach you today with the MAR ratio, you will never, ever, ever look at the market the same way again. And you will never get into something like Kathy Woods, because today I'll show you using the MAR ratio why she was a screwy trader to begin with and how you could see it 10 miles away. I'm going to actually show you the graphs. It's going to be very cool. I spend the whole weekend on this. And I got some good stuff coming your way. Okay. Omar, I hope you're feeling well. It was great to see you. I think I posted your updates already over the weekend of how you did last week. I think I did it yesterday. Did I do it yesterday? No, I didn't. I'm gonna post it in a few minutes. I'll post it in a few minutes. But thank you, my friend. Great, great job. Great, great job. Terrific job, Omar. Yeah, I thought I posted it this morning. I guess it was too early to post. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. Please, please, please make sure to give us a thumbs up, like our video. If you have a question, everything here is recorded. Everything is recorded. RogerScott.com. That's my email address. And you did see it yesterday. Okay, so I did post it yesterday. Okay, time gets away from me, and I was really preparing for today all weekend. Let me show you. If you guys don't believe me, I want to show you. Look at the timestamp. Look what I was typing in Friday for Monday's VIP room, Friday, October 24th. This is for Monday, small cap. Saturday, I'm adding my schedule here. And today I added the MAR ratio. So I was working all weekend to help you guys. Okay. And here's a link to, if you missed today's session, here's the link for that. We went over the market. We went over internals. We went over put to call ratio. We went over NASCAR traders' nastiness towards me. And we went over small caps and large caps. And here's the link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. I will see you guys later. Profit taking today. At some point, we're getting overextended. You could see it on the 8-day EMA overextension bar. It's not my opinion. I'll see you guys later. But we may have a little more. So just be careful. Maybe take a little off in the morning, a little off in the afternoon, and wait to see what happens, okay? I want to see this rally confirmed. I don't want to just see us opening up and coming down. I want to see a confirmation. I want to see legs. The biggest clue is, are we going to listen to me? This is the last thing I'm going to tell you. I want to see if this rally continues into 10:30 and past. I want to see if the market starts moving higher after 10:30. If the market starts moving higher after 10:30, this rally may have legs. If it doesn't, there's no legs and no soup for you. All right, I'll see you all in the VIP room. Bye, everybody. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye, everyone. And remember, it's my mom's having surgery.